Welcome to Rabcast. I'm Daniel Weiner. It's a bit of a cliche to recount the ways in which PKs, or preachers' kids, and RKs, rabbis' kids, seek to rebel against the public role of their clergy parents. Whether staking out claims to a distinct identity as bad apple falling far from the exemplary tree of a dedicated parent, or working through resentments and sacrifices implicit in sharing a parent with a larger community, the struggles of PKs and RKs are annoying at best, notorious at worst. I dabbled with my own coming to terms with who I was in relation to my rabbinic father. At my teenage confirmation ceremony, a time of public affirmation of faith and demonstration of spiritual maturity, I kindly but firmly requested that the congregation stop nudging me about becoming a rabbi. Needless to say, despite my protestations, I found my way through youthful petulance to my own calling as rabbi, much to the amusement of those who were at that ceremony and still itch to say, "I told you so." On the other hand, my daughter is not only more mature and better adjusted in her role as rabbi's kid, she has directed her rebellion, her challenge to authority, in far more constructive and thoughtful ways. Recently, as a writer for the school newspaper, she took the administration of her public school to task for its hypocrisy in allowing for Santa Claus decorations during the holidays, in violation of its rules against overt religious celebrations. Apparently, Santa was deemed secular, while menorahs and dreidels smacked far more of faith. I am immensely proud of the courage and fulfillment of my daughter's convictions. And more tellingly, I admire her substantive embrace of rebellion as transformative. It made my teen angst and stand-taking seem trite and pointless in comparison. This week's Parshat Ki Tisa contains the archetypal moment of Israelite rebellion. Even after witnessing the miraculous transformation of nature in support of their liberation, from the 10 plagues to the parting of the Red Sea, when Moses ascends Mount Sinai and tarries too long, the people freak out and demand the creation of a golden calf to soothe their fears and sate their longings. Our tradition regards this act along a spectrum, from an embrace of outright evil to a concession to inherent weakness. But one impression resonates across the rabbinic commentariat and through the ages. The Israelites were so mired in a slave mentality, their will and spirit so crushed and constrained by bondage, that they lacked the capacity to embrace their newfound freedom, and lacked the faith in God and in themselves that such freedom demands. The Israelites' transgression with the golden calf was less a rejection of God than it was a poignant portrait of the spiritual, moral, and psychic wounds inflicted by slavery. This was more than a childish resistance to authority. It was an object lesson in the lasting evils of human bondage, even after physical liberation. It is a theme that defines Jewish theology and drives its call to action to defend the rights of the most vulnerable and downtrodden. In some ways, this episode sets a continuing tone for a tradition of challenging and questioning authority that is a hallmark of Judaism. The difference between a righteous rebellion and pettier protest lies in the intention and condition of the rebel, whether the revolution transforms beyond the singular moment or serves as mere tantrum for a singular discontentment. Shabbat Shalom.